Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be picking out my November TBR. I thought it would be fun to go through all of my books and maybe talk about the ones that I would like to read this month. I always say that I am a huge mood reader, and so whenever I do a TBR it is very tentative and I will most likely not read half of the books, but it's good to think about the books that I want to read and maybe get excited about and make more of a plan. So one of the first ones, why we are over here, is because one of the first ones is The Winners by Fredrik Backman. So I started reading this in October when it came out. This is the third book in the Beartown series. I've been talking about it a lot, so you guys have probably heard me talk about this already, but I wanted to give it, so I started it and then I stopped because I want to give it the dedication and the time that I think it needs and that I want to give it. And I am just so eager to pick this book up, but I want to pick it up at the right time. So why I decided to put it down was because I was in the middle of quite a few books and I wanted it to just have its own moment in my brain. So hopefully in November I can dedicate some reading time just for The Winners, and I'm so excited. Fredrik Backman is, you guys know, one of my favorite authors. I have most of his books over here, which I can just turn you guys so that you can see. So these are all of my Fredrik Backman books. I love them. They're next to my Ishiguro books. You guys saw I recently hauled these anyway. So that's what I'm thinking about for Fredrik Backman. I also got The Bloody Chambers recently. I ordered it online because I had a gift card for my birthday, and I got The Bloody Chambers The Bloody Chamber, and this is the beautiful Penguin Deluxe Edition, and I'm thinking, would this be okay for November, or should I save it? So I don't know. I got it with the intention of reading it in October, and then I never got to it, and I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I read this in November? I'll ask Emma because she was the one that really inspired me to want to read it, and because she loves this book, so I'm gonna ask Emma and see what she thinks. But let me know if you guys have read The Bloody Chamber. Do you think it's perfect for just the spooky season, or I could pull it into November as well? Let me know. I would be interested. And then another book that I want to read is right here. Let me get it. That is Norwegian Wood by Haruki Murakami. I have been wanting to read this book forever, for absolute ever, and I think November may be the month for it, and I am just so incredibly eager to pick it up. Oh my god. I don't know much about it. I think it is a coming of age, I believe, and that's really all that I want to know about it. Also, something really weird that I don't know if anybody else sees or if it's just me, but doesn't this look like legs? Like, I know they're supposed to be trees, but if you look at the base of them, they have like a shoe shape. Do you see that? It kind of looks like a foot coming out from like a pant. Anyway, I don't know if that's intentional, but that's what it looked like to me. Obviously, I think they look like trees as well. But yes, Norwegian Wood. I am so excited. Should I maybe read? I just want to read the first line to see how it opens. Okay, here we go. I was 37 then, strapped in my seat as the huge 747 plunged through the dense cloud cover on approach to Hamburg Airport. Ooh, cold November rains drenched the earth. No way! It starts off taking place in November? Oh my god. Wow, my voice just got so high. November? Lending everything the gloomy air of a Flemish landscape. The ground crew in waterproofs, a flag atop a square airport building, a BMW billboard. So, Germany again. Ooh. I can't believe this takes place in November. Okay, this is perfect. I have to read it in November. Also, I'm standing on my tippy toes because I'm extremely short. Okay, so these two are definitely, I think they definitely have to happen in November. And The Bloody Chamber, yeah, that one is a possibility. I think that's all for this area. But anyway, let's go to my other book room and look at those books. Okay, the lighting in here is not the best, but it will just have to do. So I do have a reading update, and that is A Game of Thrones by George R. R. Martin. I finally finished it. I finished it last night, and not last night, yesterday afternoon when I was wrapping Etsy orders. I was listening to the audiobook because I have been physically reading it and listening to the audiobook, and I finished it. Oh my goodness, it was incredible. It was absolutely amazing. And I don't know if Emma wants to go right into the next book because I'm buddy reading this with Emma, so that's another thing that I will have to ask her. But then the other book that Emma and I have to read this coming month in November is Dombey and Son by Charles Dickens for the Dickens versus Tolstoy debate. I don't have a copy of it, so I'm gonna have to get my hands on a copy of that. We have some plans for the Dickens versus Tolstoy debate. I won't say too much, but there might be some changes coming, possibly. Am I allowed to say that? I don't know. Emma, can we hint at it? Anyway, yes, and then other than that, I have been reading this book. It is Vincent's Books. It's just a book about Vincent van Gogh and the writers who have inspired him. I've really been enjoying this book. I've been dipping in and out of it, and I'm taking my time, which I like because it is a nonfiction book, and with certain nonfictions, I do like to take my time, and I do think that they're nice to dip in and out of. So I'm really enjoying this one, and I don't know if I'll probably read some of it in November. Definitely won't finish it though. Then, I don't know if there's anything else specifically. Like, is there an autumnal book that I want to read specifically for November? I don't know. I'm gonna take a minute and look. Okay, I have been wanting to read this book for literally ages, and I haven't picked it up, and that is If on a Winter's Night a Traveler by Italo Calvino. I've been wanting to read this book for literally ages. Can you see it? It's reflective, so it might come out a little funny. Anyway, I've been wanting to read this book for ages. If on a Winter's Night a Traveler, so should I read it in the winter time? Should I read it in November, or should I read it more in the winter time? I don't know. Does it take place in winter? I'm assuming it does. I know it has such an incredible beginning. I've read it on my channel before. Yeah, I don't know. I really want to read this. I just keep putting it off for some reason. And then another book that I got recently that I wanted to read kind of soon-ish is Cold Enough for Snow by Jessica. Her last name is A.U., and someone told me how to pronounce it in one of my other videos, and now I forget. I think it's Ooh. I think it might be Ooh. Anyway, Cold Enough for Snow, the beginning takes place in October, and so I wanted to read it in October, but I never got to it. So possibly read it in November. It's only, I think, 95 pages. Yeah, it's only 95 pages, so it will take me not long at all, and I would really like to read it. I don't want to wait all the way until next October. I feel like that would be ridiculous. So hopefully I could read this soon. So yes, that's that one. And then I think maybe the other books that I'm interested in reading are the ones that I have on hold as audiobooks, because I do listen to a ton of audiobooks, and I am in the middle of wrapping Etsy orders because I just had an Etsy restock, and you guys are so insanely supportive and wonderful, and I am fulfilling so many orders, and I could not be more grateful, and I just want to thank you all so much. But I do love listening to audiobooks while I fill orders, so let me tell you which ones I have on hold. I don't know, I had a few on hold for a while, and a lot of them came in, so I have 2 on hold right now. Oh, I have Game of Thrones on hold. I can get rid of that one because I cancel hold. Okay, canceling hold. I'm gonna screen record my phone just so that you guys can see what I'm looking at. Okay, so if I go to my hold section, I just have Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin, and that says delivering after November 4th, which is tomorrow. Oh my gosh! Tomorrow is coming tomorrow. Anyway, so that's the only one I have on hold left. And then tags, let me go to, which one is my new one? Oh, see, this is my nonfiction section, which I have been wanting to read more nonfiction. I even talked about it in my last video, which was my October wrap-up, and you guys have been giving me amazing nonfiction recommendations. I just listened to I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy, and that was part of my October wrap-up, and I loved it. And so I would like to read some other nonfictions. So if there are any in this list that you think I should read, let me know. Point them out. Tell me in a comment. Tell me what to read, because I've been loving hearing your nonfiction recommendations. Okay, let's go to my... Okay, this one, which is just my general literary fiction. Let's see. I have been wanting to read a Ruth Ozeki book because I've heard amazing things about her books, so either The Book of Form and Emptiness or A Tale for the Time Being. I've heard amazing things about Pachinko by Min-Jin Lee. I really want to read The Housekeeper and the Professor, which I have on my stack of Murakami and Ishiguro books as my Japanese literature, but I really want to read that one. Heard amazing things about The Traveling Cat Chronicle. I have been wanting to read some Patti Smith. You can see Patti Smith on here. Just Kids. Some people were recommending I listen to Just Kids as a nonfiction book, nonfiction recommendation. These are just like general ideas. Ooh, I would love to read Heaven by Meiko Kawakami because I read Breast and Eggs recently and I loved it, and I do want to get my hands on a copy of Heaven, but maybe I'll listen to the audiobook first. So I definitely want to try and prioritize The Winners and Norwegian Wood and Dombey & Son, and I think those are like the ones that I'm definitely going to get to, but everything else is more like mood reading. I almost forgot. Another book that I am in the middle of is Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, and I have been loving it, and I am definitely going to finish this in November as well. So this is also a priority. Willow is downstairs and she is lonely and I think she wants attention because she keeps barking. There she is. So yes, Meditations. What am I up to? I am up to, I think, book 5. Willow. She really wants me to go downstairs. Anyway, I'm up to book 5. Can't wait to keep reading it. And I think that is going to be it for all of the books that I'm thinking about reading, planning on reading, and I'm probably going to pick a bunch of other books that I'm not mentioning in this video just because that's usually how it goes with me, or I'll pick up some books on audio that I just pick up on a whim. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed coming on this little random journey with me of trying to figure out what I want to read in November. I've got a pretty decent idea, so we will see what happens. Check up again on my November wrap-up to see what I actually decided to read. But anyway, I would love to know what you guys are reading in November, if you have any book recommendations for November reading, like books that you think are perfect for the month of November. I don't know if there is actually like a perfect November read, because I feel like November is that very strange in-between of like spooky season and Christmas season, so that's at least how I feel. It's like, what do I read? I guess just keep reading more atmospheric books and do lead up to Christmas. I love planning my month of December reading with my Christmassy reads, my holiday reads, so I'm so excited about that. If you think any of these books I should definitely prioritize, whether the ones I mentioned on audiobook or any of the physical reading, Willow really wants me to go downstairs. Okay, anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sorry that my dog is barking in the background. And I will see you soon in another video. I hope you have a wonderful reading month, and I will see you soon. Okay? Happy reading!